Rise and shine. Pour yourself a cup of coffee and tune in to Good Morning Aurora. News, weather, and really cool interviews. Monday through Friday from 8 to 9 a.m.
Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. The time is 7:27 a.m. You are listening to Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. It is Tuesday, February 2nd, 2021. It's Black History Month, and it's the second month of the year. So we're moving right along in 2021. Hope this message finds you all well. Shout outs, Yorkville, wake it up. Batavia, wake it up. Montgomery, wake it up. Chicago, wake it up. North Aurora, all sides of Aurora, you should be up and you should be sipping. The coffee this morning is Dunkin'. All right, so first things first, got some good news for you guys today, and then we're going to get into another great interview for you. Hopefully you are tuning in. You should be tuning into the Facebook Live on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings. Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday morning at 8 a.m. we go live and do the news, and we have special guests in studio. And it's becoming a thing. So when you tune in Monday, Wednesday, or Friday, hit the like button, leave a comment, say good morning. Shouts out. All right. Congratulations to Chupacabra Puerto Rican Kitchen. They are open at in downtown Aurora. They are the business that took over the former Fonda de Pueblito restaurant. That's 31 North Broadway. That's pretty much the intersection of Broadway and New York Street. They're right next door to PME Cake Supply, which is underneath the State Farm building or office right there. So shout out to Chupacabra Puerto Rican Kitchen. I will be in there very soon. As soon as y'all get going, I'm coming in now. All right. Next things next. The applications are open for enrollment in Aurora STEAM Academy. STEAM, as we know, is an acronym for Science, Technology, Engineering, Arts, and Math. This is a co-curricular after-school environment. Very cool. The winter session of courses begins the 15th. And the application portal is open and it's free. So please go to that. We will be posting this today on our Facebook page, and we'll also share it to our Instagram. And if you got Instagram, like and follow the page on the gram. Follow the page, holler at us. And we give a lot of love on the gram. So if you got Instagram and you're listening to the show, you better holler at us on the gram. Make sure we connect on the gram. Shout outs galore on Instagram. All right. So today is the final day for testing, free and convenient COVID testing, drive-through and walk-up. Today will be at from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. The mobile test site will be at La Chiquita, which is 651 Ashland Avenue. There's no cost for testing. Anyone can be tested. You don't have to have symptoms. A simple nasal swab testing will be conducted. A phone number and name are required to receive results. Test results in 4 to 7 days. Shout out to the city of Aurora, and shout out to our friends at La Chiquita. Who's this texting? Oh, what up? All right. I can talk to you while I text. Okay. So, moving right along. Friday, February 12th. Remember, 10 a.m. Tai Chi for the Chinese New Year. That is a program brought to us by our friends of the Aurora Public Library. So you have to register for that. But it's talking about the ancient Chinese practice of Tai Chi, clinically proven to be an effective exercise to improve health, fitness, and relaxation. Tuesday, February 16th, 7 p.m., growing your business with LGBTQ-friendly practices. And Thursday, March 18th at 7. Can you guys hear that? We are coming to you live from downtown, the beating heart of the city. Anyway, Thursday, March 18th, 7 p.m., Civic Education Township Government, a continuing partnership with the League of Women Voters of the Aurora area. The series will focus on township government and its role in policy making. And you have to register for that, so make sure that you do that. Kane County's Vote Mobile Van is returning to Aurora, Elgin, and West Dundee from February 8th through 10th. The van will be at 1952 West Galena Boulevard from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. The van will then be at Prisco's Community Center on February 11th and 12th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. So shouts out to Kane County, and remember to get out there and vote. Vote it up, vote it up, vote it up. The township elections are the 23rd of this month. Get to know who the candidates are. We've interviewed a few. We've interviewed Sherry Spears and Bonnie Kunkel, both running for Aurora Township trustee. And we've also, hold on, let me text. Okay. And we've also interviewed Alex Arroyo, who's running for Aurora Township supervisor. Very cool. And those episodes are on our YouTube page. Have you subscribed to our YouTube page? If you have not, damn. I know it may be kind of loud for you guys in the background, but like I said, we are coming to you live from downtown. That's a big Matco truck that you were hearing. Anyway, if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do. Please do. And we got a new section called Classics. So all of our episodes that we have done before we were recording video, we also put those, it's an audio experience, but it's on our YouTube as well. So check that out. All right. And the next Art and Market Aurora will be Saturday, February 13th. A great gathering of vendors and artisans happening every second and fourth Saturday at Society 57. This will be a safe and socially distanced fun shopping experience. Save your Saturdays and come on out and take part in that. Shouts out to Aurora Downtown and Society 57. And Treadwell is back open too. Got to get in there and holler. But shouts out to Chad, Jenna, Dahlia, Isabel, all of them. All right. And with that, shouts go out to Cottonseed Creative Exchange, dear friends of the show. And, just hope that you guys have a very blessed day. Blessings to our dear friends at AA Electrical Contractors, Peter Aguilera. So many people to shout out, man. So many people to shout out. Shout out to our elected officials, and shout out to all the organizations out there doing their work to make change, like Mutual Ground and the Aurora Interfaith Food Pantry. The time is now 7:34 a.m. You've been listening to Good Morning Aurora, and now it's time to get into that episode. And that is the news.
So my name is Gladys De La Mora, and I'm from Chicago. Born in Chicago and raised in the suburbs.
Okay.
I am the oldest of 4 girls in my family, and we just grew in a small town, right? And just developed. I've always loved business, and it's been a passion of mine early on in my years. I love doing sales. Actually, I opened up a whole boutique at the 3rd largest mall, which is Woodfield. At 19 years old.
Shout out to Woodfield.
Hey, I know, right? Everybody loves it. So
yeah.
Now it's not the same as it used to be back then, right? Because of what we're going through. But
right.
So I opened up. Prior to that, I was a receptionist at the car sales dealership.
Okay.
And that was my part-time job going through high school. I always liked working. I wanted to feel that. And I bought my own car early on. In my career, when I started, being a receptionist at this car dealership, there was the salesman. There was no salesman. He didn't show up for that Saturday. So the manager there, owner, he actually decided to put me out in the field, go translate. All I knew was the color, make, and model of the car. It had 4 tires, stick shift or automatic. That was it. And I sold 9 cars that day. And I realized when after I had that boutique at Woodfield Mall too, that it's not about a product. It's good, right? There's good products out there, but it's about the sincerity, the honesty that you're gonna tell people about that product.
Absolutely.
That you try it. It's all about that. Because there's so many products out there that are really good, but people, because they want to sell, they're eager, right? Like those principles and values, they're eager to sell something because they want to make money. And I mean, they don't last long because it's not authentic. right?
The customer can feel it and sense that.
Right, completely. 4 things to me that are very, very important in my life and the people that I surround with is for them to be loyal. I love long-term relationships. And for me, it's very important to have learned that through my career because we're only going to live once, and why the hassle of going through things, right?
Yeah.
So loyal, long-term, and relationships is something part. Open-minded because things change, just like today, just like this year.
You gotta be flexible.
You gotta be flexible. You gotta be flexible with things.
Right.
The other thing too, you gotta have fun. You gotta have fun in life because you gotta laugh at yourself when we make mistakes because we're not perfect. And be authentic, be sincere, be who you are. And I have learned through my childhood all these different things, but I was never able to put them in words like I just did, And this is the substance, part of the substance of the seed, is part of the seed of who I am.
Right.
And with that, I have applied it to my business career and everything else. I'm not perfect. We all make mistakes, but we learn from those mistakes and their experiences to make us better human beings.
Now, we are going to touch highly on the professionalism and your message and what you do as a businesswoman. I do want to ask, though, tell us about the Chicago you grew up in. What your fire and your strength?
I love Chicago. It's very diverse, different cultures. I love cultures, different types of foods. In my family, when we get together, I always say we're gonna get together for the United Nations. Why? Because we're so mixed,
right.
And I love it. I love that, and just the love of the city. To me, when I go to other countries and I travel, I love it, and I say, all this media that you see people going through killing each other. I'm sorry, I don't know if I'm supposed to say that, they go through hard times.
Sure.
Yeah, we do, but everywhere it happens. Although here in Chicago, we have strong media that we like to be in everything, so this is why the world sees it. There's largest city, but wherever you go, even in the smallest town, those crimes are going to happen.
Right.
So I'm very thankful to have been brought up here in Chicago and raised because it's very diverse, whether it be in business, very supportive in women, for the woman in business. And thank you for this interview. As you can see, you're being supportive to us women in the business. It's back when sometimes it has been difficult throughout the years as I was growing up, but I think that everybody has been open-minded, and that's what I mean too by those principles, values that I gave you early on. Right? You got to be open-minded because things change, and so within my business, I help individuals to look for different markets to insure their homes. What's the most value to them in regards to their car, auto, business, general liability, workers' comp.
Right.
What else can specialty insurance, life insurance. I don't sell anything. I research for all these different companies that I'm contracted with and show them this is what I think it would be best to benefit you. And from there they pick, and if they don't want to do business with me, it's okay. For me, what fulfills my soul and heart is that I gave you that information. That provided you with the information for you to make a choice. Right? And that's fulfilling, and I love doing it because all my customers are like family. And
go ahead.
No, and I love it.
Growing up,
yes.
What impact did your dad have in your life?
Oh, my dad was very strict. My dad was super duper duper strict. I always say it felt like I was in jail.
Really? Like a good dad should, right?
Yes, exactly. But it was good. It was very structured. It was very black and white, like certain things, rules. And I don't blame him because I was the oldest of 4 girls. So it was very challenging, right, for him to accommodate and take care of these girls. And so I totally understand why. And I now looking back at it, I'm like, I'm glad he was that way because it was very structured. But I gotta say, all those parents out there, if you want to be a bad person, you're gonna be no matter what, even if your parents teach you certain things. You're
Right.
gonna be a bad person. That doesn't have to do anything. I think I chose to not go the bad route. But my parents did help a lot in all this.
That's good. Are there any lessons that you learned from your parents that you keep with you in your everyday life?
Never give up. We're all gonna go through challenges, always, and never give up. Yes, some challenges are gonna feel like there's no, like you can't do it, but you can. You can do anything. We're in the land of opportunity, and we can achieve anything. There's kids out there starving in different places of the world that for them joy, right, is just having a piece of bread. So here in America, in the US, and I've learned this through traveling, by the way, that's something I love to do because that's where you learn culture and, you know, different languages. That's the biggest awesome lesson one can have is travel. And I think that that all these different things that you learn, it helps you with in business, right, and personal life as well.
Where'd you go to school?
I went to school in Palatine High School and then Columbia College.
Yeah.
And then from Columbia, I went to, why do you smile? Did you go there?
No, I didn't. My brother went to Columbia.
Oh, yeah?
Downtown
Okay.
Chicago. Yeah.
Yes, I went there for a year, and then for there, I transferred to Roosevelt University.
Okay. Now you mentioned that you grew up in the northwestern
Northwest suburbs, Palatine.
Okay, Palatine. What was it like going from Chicago to Palatine?
The traveling? Okay, do you want my schedule was basically for a year because it was tough. I used to work for an attorney, did collections early on after I decided to go to college, and so I would wake up at.
So that's your first job out of college. You're working for an attorney.
During college.
During college. Okay.
I've always worked through school.
Right.
I always worked through school. My parents, I mean, I'm the oldest of four, so I had to be the one, the leader to get at it. And everything, the debt I have. So all you guys who have that, I'm right with you. I totally get it. I was the experiment. So, how was it? I woke up at 4 in the morning. Took a shower, did my thing. 6 a.m. I had to be at the train station downtown Palatine, and we lived about 25-30 minutes from the downtown train station. Took the train to downtown. 7 to 3 p.m. Worked for an attorney doing collections, and at 4 started my classes at Columbia College. All the way till 10, I would get home 12. Same routine. I would probably be in bed again. I would sleep like 4 to 5 hours each day, from Monday through Friday, and then Saturday from 7 to 3, I would just work.
Wow.
That was my schedule for an entire year. It was tough, very, very tough, but along the way, I met a lot of beautiful, wonderful people, a lot of cultures, because as you know, Columbia College is very diverse, and you have everything. And
it's got one of the best student exchange programs in the country.
Yes, it's a great, great school to go for the arts, and that's where I picked up more of the technology, more of the art that's in me. I always like business, right? Business is something that I've always loved, and the insurance fits right in perfectly because it gives me the opportunity to be able to do this with the TV show of Un Nuevo Amanecer con Gladys De La Mora. It gives me the opportunity to do that show, and I haven't spoken about it.
Not yet.
Not yet.
We are
going there. Okay.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
Right.
I did want to just touch on a couple more of those personal aspects. Now, you have 3 other sisters.
Yes.
Is your family? It sounds like you got a big family. You got a
it's
huge,
big,
dynamic,
yes.
big family.
Yes.
I bet your parents are really proud of you.
Well, I hope so. No, I hope so.
Mom, you watching?
Mom, you watching? Yes, I hope so. I do my best. I don't necessarily need them to be proud. It's just the love. I just want them to feel the love of them, and I've been blessed to feel that. And you know, we all have issues growing up, right? Like teenagers, probably my teenage years, I was a little bit stubborn, you know, but you get over it.
Right.
It's just different phases. But the most awesome thing is getting through those phases and being self-aware of what you're going through and learning so you don't make the same mistakes again.
Sure. Oh yeah. Falling down is one thing.
Yes.
But not learning nothing and keep falling in the same spot, right? Come on, you gotta stay woke.
Yes, exactly. And sometimes, you know, I've noticed that like we get stuck in certain phases because we get blindsided from the main goal for whatever we're going through, and especially during this year, like this epidemic, right? Like there's people, this is a big topic right now, anxiety, depression. It happens to all of us, but now we see it more and we've realized it more because the world stopped, right? And that's when you get to see all these things. And how do you conquer that? I actually think it was a great experience for all of us in the world to stop what we're doing and self-analyze ourselves, even though it was through this pandemic, because we're gonna learn, we all go through anxiety. That's what I've learned, my knowledge. It's just part of what it is, because you get stressed, you're like, oh my God, I have to do this, I have to do that, right? Like the world made us stop, whether we wanted it or didn't. So it's now up to us to self-analyze us. How are we gonna change? How are we gonna do things differently? So to understand ourselves. You know, early on in my life, I always thought that age, being older, you will mature, like you were a person already mature. Then throughout my life, I learned that age is just a number, and you can be 60, 70, 80 years old and still never mature. And it's kind of sad. It's kind of sad.
It is.
It's so sad because then you're not truly living life. You're not living life for what it is. So.
Now let's talk Univision. Telemundo, excuse me, I'm sorry. And Un Nuevo Amanecer con Gladys De La Mora.
Sí. Oh my God, that's like, I love that program. So it was created by both myself and I was like online doing some stuff, and then I got this message. And there was this gentleman, Socrates. I love him. He's like a brother to me. And he messaged me, didn't know him at the time. And then that day I had like an open time slot. So I'm like, why don't you come over? He wanted to come. I'm like, no, just come on over. It's only gonna take an hour. We met, scheduled, and did a program, all the logistics within 1 hour.
So real quick, so now you're at Telemundo. How did you get, so you were at Telemundo first and then the show came, is that correct?
No. So what happened is I was in Mundo Fox. I was in another television called Mundo Fox.
Okay.
Network. It's a network. It doesn't exist. They sold it and it just dissolved. But
I remember,
yes, it dissolved. And then I got a message. I parted ways from Mundo Fox and that program, and I got a message with Socrates, and that's when we met for an hour. We did the logistics and all the segments that we were gonna do, and that's how Un Nuevo Amanecer was created. It was created with segments of professional leaders that we interview them. And it was created with music, with education, right, for insurance, real estate, helping the community and educating them with what is needed within the community in Chicago. And also we cover stories, also entertainment, different artists, very famous singers and then actors and Spanish artists that come to Chicago. We've interviewed them as well. Politics, a little bit of everything, which is really, really nice. And what else can I think? And we have, you know, the TV hosts are Mike Martinez right now, Fernando Quintero, Nando, Nora Renteria, and myself are in the main segment. And then we have Goodyear Studios that does our music, which is Manny Keys Arellano, Angel Lawrence, Nando Q from Unplugged Sin Fronteras. And we always, I mean, the segments change, but those have been the bread and butter of what the program is, and I'm very blessful for them because they believe in it. And I think that in any relationship, in any project you do, there's always that stability. We support one another, and that's who they are. They're like the bread and butter for all that.
What year was this program created?
What I'm sorry?
What year was it created?
It was 2016. 2016. Wow, 4 years.
Look at that.
Wow. Yes, and then we independently aired on Telemundo. And it's been a success. We covered stories. Did you ever hear that story about El Paletero?
El Paletero. It's recent, isn't it?
Yeah, it was like a couple years back where this gentleman
Like Little Village.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
We covered that story.
Yeah, that was a good story.
Yeah, we were one of the first ones, and it was really nice. And it was based on the principles and value. I just wanted to understand the principles and value of that gentleman that did, Mr. Cervantes, that did actually the buying of these popsicles. And when I reached out to him, there was something like $3,000 in the account.
Right.
And all of a sudden, like, I talked to him next morning. I'm like, oh my God, I gotta talk to you, because it went to $3,000 to $50,000 in like a few hours. And then when I interviewed him when we did this, it was like viral. It was like totally, it just went viral. It was just like, what's going on? It was a blessing for the gentleman itself, because I think that the community loves helping, the elderly and children and whatnot.
I think also, though, the community is famous with or familiar with who El Paratero is, but not the wider community.
Yes.
There's a lot of people who do not know that aspect of Latino culture. Do you find new people coming to the show to learn from it who didn't know otherwise?
Yes, I have, like, in regards to that, like, it's just everything that we put on there, it's all on social media. It's Un Nuevo Amanecer.
Right.
It's all on social media. And we always, we're always to ourselves learning, just getting better, just part of what it is. But the best thing is that we continue being consistent on doing it and never giving up. Those were attributes from my parents that I could share from your earlier questions. You never give up. Never give up, because we are going to face challenges, and there's people, unfortunately, that I would say insecure, that don't want to help, right, to succeed. And it's okay. You just move on, keep on knocking doors, bringing down bridges, and just keep on working, never giving up on whatever you want to do in your life.
What's the story of Latino Americans in Chicago?
Very hardworking. Parents come here to the U.S. to work for a better life and a better future for the children. And sometimes it may not be the right way, how everybody thinks, but it's because they can't. They try to do it. Everybody tries to do it the right way.
Sure.
Everybody tries to do it the right way, but there's sometimes they're faced where either you do this, yes, these are going to be the consequences, but it's going to bring you a better life, and eventually you're going to be able to create this the right way, right? What is the right way? The right way is like having some documents and that show that you're legal. There's people here in the United States that lived here for so many years, and they still can't have the legal documents, and they've been here. If you send them to Mexico, they don't know nothing in Mexico. And I gotta say, one thing is they pay taxes, because like and I know, because I've dealt with them. I've dealt with them within the community, and they do pay taxes because they want to try to, at least for what they have, do things the right way.
I know that. I know they pay taxes too. I know that that's one of the. It's one of the stupidest lies that they don't pay taxes. Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do. Like, they do pay taxes. Actually, some of them don't. It's just, some situations are just so sad. Like, but a lot of people don't understand them. Like, they don't. It's not that they don't understand them. They don't want to understand them, and that's and being an entrepreneur and having the ethnicity where I come from, I mean, I'm passionate, and I want to do the best that I can for all of us, to represent all of us. So it's not only my parents and my culture, it's everything that I am. I'm from Chicago, was raised in Chicago. I am bilingual. I love culture. I could be anywhere you want me to be, and I will make sure that I make it happen for whatever it is, and put the best part of me. This is who I am.
Rocky music. Dun, 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 dun,
He's gonna put it in there in the interview.
So I got some Chicago questions for you.
Yes.
Are you ready? All right. Here we go. Here we go. So business deal. Gonna go talk. I'm not from Chicago. We're gonna meet for lunch. Where are you recommending? Where are we going?
Where are we recommending? There's just so many places. I can take you through 26th Street, right? Because I gotta represent my culture.
Gotcha. Oh yeah. They'll be mad at you. She ain't even say nothing about town.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, Greek Town. I love when you get into the
Good
different places. Greek Town, that whole street. You know.
Parthenos, shout out to the restaurant.
Yes. They're all the Greek Town. There's the Italian and there's the Chinese side. So I don't know. I mean, eventually through history, everybody got, you know, separated, but we're all mixed, you know, in certain towns. But I like in Chicago how we have these different, you know, so-called sectors of different towns where you can find the authentic food. Like my neighbor behind me, my neighbor that lives behind me, he actually is from Sicily in Italy. He is just showing me his secret recipe to make pizza in the oven because he has no kids and he wants to leave it to somebody. I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
That is so powerful. Something so simple. He would show me how to garden. I actually didn't know how to garden. You know, you always hear people gardening, and he showed me how to do it this past summer. And I mean, I had peppers, everything, zucchini, everything.
Nice.
And but I love that authenticity, and I'm very proud when somebody shares. And fortunate when somebody shares something from their culture that is something from ancestors and ancestors. That's just gold to me. It's priceless, you know.
So where are we going for lunch?
I don't know. Are we going for lunch? Quinta de los Reyes? Quinta de los Reyes. We're in Aurora.
Yeah, that is a good place.
Yes.
That is a very good place.
Quinta de los Reyes. Claudia and Jesus on it.
So you're from Little Village, so this may be controversial, but Pilsen.
Oh, that's another area
Also
too.
has a strong. Which of the two has more of a stronger Latino presence in culture?
I think they both do. They both have a Latino presence in there, and they always have. Although I did grow up in the suburbs, and from now I have a friend, Mike Martinez from M Hair Design. He actually introduced me to the authentic side of what is Chicago in the Spanish world, because where I grew up, it was more country based. It was more European based, and more, and everybody that I lived that was Spanish, we were all related. Just to give you an example, like I couldn't date any Spanish person in my high school because they were cousins of cousins, and I'm like, so I had to get out of the suburbs.
Right.
You know, like, I'm like, no,
Yeah.
this is just
Like, I know your mom, we ain't going out.
Yeah, no, like, no. Like, I couldn't go out in my pajamas to go shop at Jewel, right?
Sure.
Because, I mean, they're like, oh my God, she didn't dress up today. Like, what? Like, really? Okay.
Right.
So, it was just that type. It was very small. So, my friend Mike Martinez, he actually introduced me, although, like, growing up, we did go into the city, but not as much as I have in the recent years, that I got to learn the culture. And it just more of the culture, and it's just beautiful. It's just a wonderful experience. So both, back to your question, both Pilsen and 26th Street both have a strong presence of a Spanish community. Although Pilsen is more artsy. They show more of the art. That has been my experience. And also they're both actually. 26th Street's the second largest money-making machine next to Michigan Avenue. Did you know that?
I did not know that, but I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised to hear that.
There's tons of businesses.
Oh yeah, there's a lot. I had a friend who used to live on 26th and Drake. So I used to like take the bus to go visit her sometimes. I think Drake was the cross street, I think so. Where's that big arch?
It's right, it's like...
That's 26th Street,
26th Street,
right?
yes. That's all 26th Street.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm talking with a person who lives there, so I got to get my facts right.
Well, I didn't live there. I just go there, like,
Right.
for my friend, that he showed me all that, and he actually lived there. So that's where I'm getting all this information. I hope I'm making you proud.
Next question.
Yes.
Cubs or Sox?
Both.
Both. Good
Bipartisan.
answer. Good answer.
Bipartisan.
Good answer. And where is the best? So pre-COVID, where were some of the best nightlife places in Chicago?
Nightlife. Well, I like lounges. I'm over that phase of the clubbing world.
Yeah.
Right. I like lounges. So I think You know, the Peninsula has a nice lounge upstairs. Oh my God, I can't think of the names. The Godfrey, right? I know you guys don't like this one, but I gotta say that Trump Tower, it had a nice lounge. I was there, you know, although we dislike them, but it's a nice place. You gotta, we all have our differences, right? And it's not that I support Trump, but I mean, he had good places. You know?
I worked right around the corner from that building for like a year. That was interesting.
Wasn't it interesting?
Yeah, that side of town is very pretty.
Beautiful.
I mean, in the morning time when the sun is shining on all the buildings and all that, I mean, it's a picture every single morning. It's very beautiful to have your coffee be downtown.
Right, the river.
Right in the river. Beautiful. Walking across the bridge. It's beautiful. It's a gorgeous side.
And another restaurant that not a lot of people know. It's very secluded and because it's not easy access. You actually have to go to the 64th floor and then take another elevator and go to the second floor. But it's right in front of our eyes. Do you want to know where that's at?
The Hancock Building. No?
You get 3 tries.
Three tries? Sears Tower. No? Another good place to eat up there that high?
Yes.
Drake. No?
No. It's called Site. Who owns that place? Actually, they used to own the entire building. It's in front of Navy Pier.
Okay.
And it's a French restaurant. The restaurant is owned by the wife of a governor out of New York. Beautiful lady. She now lives in Aurora and she's in real estate, but it's called Site, C-I-T-E.
Okay.
Wonderful, beautiful place, very elegant. You want to take your girlfriend out to a date, dinner, right? The views, it's a 360-degree view.
Nice.
You see the tower, but it's like right in front of Navy Pier.
Site.
Very
cool. That's got to be a nice view because Navy Pier is beautiful. Yeah.
Yes, it's beautiful. It's a wonderful, beautiful view. Very romantic. Or they have jazz sometimes, music, whatever you want to do. It's really nice for a date or like even a business meeting, cocktail hour, and they do all sorts of events. Very nice people.
Who's some of the famous Latin artists that you've had on the show?
Oh my gosh, this is the thing with me.
Uh-oh.
I have to look at my phone so I can tell you. Is that okay?
That's fine. That's
all
fine.
Right.
I'm glad you prefaced that. Yeah, the people are like watching, like, damn, she put on her phone on the show. Like, nah, we need the information.
I'm very bad with names. It's just a thing. So I have to relate them. You know, like, let me see here. Marta Nahara. Let's see. Hold on a second. So, see, with me, what has happened, because I grew up here in Chicago, and I'm trying to think here. Hold on a second. I had to learn two things. I had to learn the American culture and the Hispanic culture. And sometimes, like, there's just so much of it. Like, it's just a lot of information. So this is why I think I'm, like, really bad with names and things like that I should know, but it's a lot. It's just a lot of information that I've learned over time, and if you don't say it right away, I mean, you looked at like you don't know, but I do know. Let me just get the name. Who did I send this message to?
I can imagine it's been some really good moments and some really good music.
No,
I like shows that have an interjection with music, and that kind of stuff is really cool to me.
Let me see. Oh, I interview Evelyn Sanguinetti. Do you know the governor of politics? Do you know who Evelyn? Here you do. Don't say you don't.
Well, I love politics. I'm sure I do. Who's?
Evelyn Sanguinetti was the vice. Oh my God! Now I'm like trying to translate it in Spanish. She was not the governor, because the governor, it was prior to Pritzker. She was the vice.
Lieutenant Governor. Yeah.
Thank you, Lieutenant Governor. Yes, I appreciate it. So I was trying to translate it in Spanish, and it's totally different translation.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I had to go back. But Marta Higadera, Omar Chaparro, Ariel Lopez Padilla, he was actually very famous in telenovelas from back in the day. Like he's very well known, and they're all well known. And Jorge Salinas have been several of the ones that we have interviewed.
Very cool.
Yeah. But these are names. I gotta tell you, I saw them in TV, And the names, like, I was born and raised here, so you just talk to me about Michael Jackson, we all know, right? Like,
Right.
you get to know the names and they're famous, they're very famous, but like, it's just a lot of information. You guys gotta give me a break.
Well, we understand. We understand. So now the show is still going on.
Yes, it's
correct?
still, but we paused it because of just different things. We did a lot of photo shoots, right? It's just part of the work,
Sure.
but still, it's to be continued.
Okay. And what's the schedule when it
Well,
comes?
right now we're doing it through social media,
Okay.
right? So all the interviews have been on our Facebook page, YouTube, Instagram. They all been there. All the all the interviews. I still have to upload some more, but we're continuing to reproduce more. It's just part of continuing the program, and we have lined up interviews as well.
What's the biggest change that COVID has presented in your life?
A stop of analyzing of where I've been, where the challenges have been to make them better, and it's just a self-analysis of in the personal and business world, my associates, the people who are with me, where I need to change, what I need to filter, what I need to take out of making a pie, the ingredients where I need to remove and put back in and leave space for new ones.
Right.
That's where I'm at.
So what's next? What's next? What's next for Gladys?
Continuing on with the program because I want to make it big with the partners that I have and everybody that supports it, and getting to know more people, working together, finding more mind-like individuals that we can work together and help them with their goals. To me, what fulfills me is when I see another person very joyful and I can help them. That is my ingredient within my soul, that if I can help you succeed, and I see you happy, like you have done more than enough in my soul. Even if I don't get it back, it's just how I feel. It's just so joyful. It's just a feeling that you can't really explain. It just is what it is, and it feels so good for me.
Yeah, because when you're doing it for you're doing it for the right reasons, you don't need it back. We don't
No,
need
you
that.
don't.
Take that.
Yes.
That's
You
all
know-
you. Right.
You know your qualities. You know your qualities and where you can get,
Right.
but when you can like do it for somebody else,
Yeah.
it's just
It's
so
all-
beautiful.
It's all
It's
good.
just-
Pass it on, help somebody else with it, just keep it moving.
Right.
That's right.
It's like being at Starbucks, right? I don't know if you ever done that, but like there's somebody behind you and you
Yeah.
just pay for their coffee. I've done that. It feels so good. And they're like, what?
I'm a Dunkin' guy, but yes, I've done that. Yeah.
It's nice, right?
Yeah. If they just want a little small coffee, $2, that's nothing. They'll put that on my tab. Like,
Yeah,
oh, shit.
you made your day. Those little things, right?
Yeah.
It sparks somebody's day.
Yep. Now, so it's February.
Yes.
2021 is moving on and everything. What do you want people? So there's a message at the end of this. And we're gonna get to that. But what would you tell another young Latina who is trying to come up, learn business, and become that professional?
That they're unstoppable, that they're very unstoppable, and although that you're going to be facing challenges, whether it be people, anything, you can still conquer your goals. You have to have goals.
Right.
Have to, like, even if it's like 2, 5, 10-year plans, just to keep you on track, and you have to associate yourself with like-minded individuals, and 2, also put goals with those like-minded individuals, and make sure that you can understand that they're like they align with your principles and values, because not all of us align with the same principles and values, and it's okay, right? It's okay. There's nothing wrong. Like,
Sure.
you know, for example, I don't want to use this, but with Trump, there's bad decisions, good decisions he made, right? But there's some good qualities in him that he has. We all have to admit that. Some things people didn't agree. There's disagreements in everything. That's what I'm trying to say.
Right.
We all have good and bad, and we all do, not just a particular person. So I think that for that young Latina, it's like, you gotta just figure it out within you, yourself, and what you want in an associate, because time is limited. Time is priceless, and we only live here in this world once.
That's right.
Therefore, you need to appreciate everything that you go through and learn from that. And if you made mistakes, or you feel, not mistakes, it's just learning experiences, but just if they didn't make you fulfill you, let them go and just move on.
The show ends on a positive note.
Yes.
What is your message to the people of Aurora and Little Village today?
That you can do everything and anything you put your mind to, even in the worst circumstances. Because we are here in the United States, with it's the land of opportunity, and there's opportunities everywhere. If we didn't have a job because of other stuff, keep looking. Don't give up. Just keep looking. Muster up the energy. One of the things that has helped me a lot is waking up and exercising at 4 in the morning. Okay, I got it. Not a lot of people like to wake up early in the morning to go exercise and whatnot. But waking up in the morning, it's the sunshine. It's sunshine that is going to fulfill your life. Like that saying goes, the early bird gets the worm. It's just this what it is. Wake up early, take a shower, and move on with your day. Have a schedule that can get you through that day. But anything you can conquer.
That's a good message.
Thank you.
This was a great conversation. It was a great conversation.
Thank you.
Yep. I think I'm confident that our listeners learned a lot, and they learned about who you are, which is very important. For all of you listeners and all you viewers out there, we hope that you guys have a safe, blessed day. We appreciate Gladys for coming on to the show, and we wish her nothing but success and many blessings in 2021. And for all of you guys out there, shouts out to Little Village and all that, 26th Street all the way back, all the way down. We love you guys too, and we hope that everybody has a blessed, safe, positive day, and we'll see you guys back here tomorrow for another great episode. Peace.
Thank you.
Yeah.